Hello everyone, welcome back to another session with Candid Convos with Anna B. So we are going to be starting a marriage series, and we hope that in sharing about marriage, you guys will get something that will work for you. So this is the 31 days of marriage that I usually do with other people. So I am going to be sharing here and we have conversations about it, but we would love for you guys to give us feedback on what you could relate to, or ways that you have also applied some of these lessons in your own marriage.
It's going to be interesting. Look forward to the discussions and hearing, of course, want it to be interactive, hearing what you think, how your experiences, and maybe even what you would want us to discuss on this platform. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
Okay, so the first one is saying a relationship or a marriage is made up of two imperfect people.
Yeah, I think that's one of those things that because before the marriage, you're in that lustful honeymoon, lovey-dovey phase, you don't really see that, and you've got rose-colored glasses. Everything they do is perfect, and if they've done something, you just not them. They're right. Everything's all good, and then after the I do's, the music has gone quiet, the crowds have cleared, everybody's gone home, and it's now just the two of you, and then
reality
sets in. You see, like, whoa. Then you start to really see that, okay, I've never heard this person burp in my life, but okay, this is something regular. I've never seen this person do this. There's so many things that you start realizing that this is actually a person. They're not some movie character or some cartoon character. This is a real person with real flaws, with real life. She snores like, my word. I mean, how does such a sound comes out of such a beautiful face?
Wow!
And you have to deal with it. I mean, these are examples. Look, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I like to leave my clothes wherever I take them off. She has to put up with that. These are some of those things, and you now start realizing, but these are only things you find out once you're together, and that's the good thing about marriage. It's a commitment for life. So you've locked the door, you've thrown away the key. No one's going anywhere. So you need to sort each other out with your imperfections, and you will at some point get to that place where you're not like, what, this is my person, this is how they do their things, this is how I do my things, and this is how we work together.
Yeah, that is true. And another important thing, I think I was sharing it on my Instagram the other day, to say what has defined what love is in your life. Like, a lot of us grew up watching fairy tales, reading books, watching movies, and everything looked like it was perfect. And most of us grew up then thinking, I want to get my Prince Charming. I want to get a guy who's just as understanding as what you'd have seen. So because we shared in our other video about feeding your mind, you become what you consume, right? So if you're watching a whole lot of romantic movies, like for me, The Notebook, it's my all-time favorite movie. Like, every time I watch it, I cry. But I'm like, oh my gosh, the love that is there, So you then see that some of the expectations you set on your spouse are unrealistic. Like he shared to say, on movies, people never wash dishes. Like, you never see them going for like 30 minutes. So you're thinking the house is going to be clean. You're always going to get along. Even if you fight, it takes 5 minutes. And you find...
And they always wake up with perfect breath.
Yeah! Yes, and even the face, hey, and you'll be thinking, okay, this is my person. And then because that honeymoon phase always goes after a while, because it's more of the feelings and everything, and now you need to make the decision to love your person every single day with their flaws, that's when you can actually know if you love or want to be with this person forever. So if you are not married and you really can't stand your person, then girl or dude, it's only going to get worse. So make sure that when you get married, you're not thinking that, I can change this about them, or it only escalates. It just becomes more. But anyway, so you're two imperfect people coming from two different backgrounds who are coming together, and you need to work together. So it's not about who knows more, but what works for both of us, and that takes time. So don't try and figure it out in a day or two. And what we found, I don't know if it's different for other people, but half the time we went for the counseling sessions, there are things that you'd automatically say to yourself in your mind, this cannot happen to us. So whatever is being shared, you just automatically switch off and say, nah, this is not us. Then you get into the marriage, and
you just really realize that, wow, we are and as much as we're unique and as individuals, but the dynamic of being a couple and relating, of bringing two different people, different characters, different backgrounds, and bringing you together and having to live together, because there's that thing that having, and that's the hard part, where you're like you're trying to hold on to who you were and the freedoms and the lifestyle and everything that you had before the marriage, and then you come in and then there's not that struggle. Look, I have committed in front of people, in front of God, that I'm not walking away from this, but at the same time I am committed to who I was prior to this. So you now have to start seeing that, okay, I really cannot do this on my own. I need God to help me, and I need it. And again, I think we talk about it a lot, but I think you need to put that pride away. You need to put something else ahead of yourself. Ask God for help, and then you need to say, like, look, God, this relationship is more important than me, more important than her. We're coming together to form a new, unique being or bond. So we need to put that above, and primarily this needs to be our priority. So we really need to humble ourselves and then start looking at saying, okay, I want her to change, she wants me to change. So we really need to humble ourselves so we can meet in the middle and find a recipe and a formula that is unique to us and that works for us in particular.
Yes, that's true. And marriage is teamwork. Once you understand that, you stop thinking to yourself, I always have to have a list of things that I've done and I compare it to what he's done. And when you even have to sit down and have a conversation and someone is telling you, you know what you did hurts me. Most times when self is ruling in you, when someone is telling you what you did wrong, in your mind you're already looking for a way to defend yourself, to say this person has the nerve, and then you start saying the past 2 weeks you did this, you did that. Be humble enough to listen to what is being said, and in your own time share your own problems, but not in the time that someone is having a conversation with you about something that has hurt them. Because remember, you're on the same team, you're not enemies. So you are having conversations and growing together, but that can only be achieved if you work together, not against each other. So that will help you. So we don't want to make these videos too long, but we're going to be doing a series throughout and we'll be posting it every week. But we thought we'd start with this. Marriage is two imperfect people coming together. No one is ever perfect. Once you understand that, I think we've shared in our previous videos where we started on the marriage, talking about our marriage, where I said I always used to go to Brighton and I'll be like, hey, you do this, hey, you do that, you do that. And you said, okay, can I just tell you, I'm not with you because you're perfect. Did you know that? And somehow it's so humbling because sometimes we assume we're better. And we don't realize that the only reason that our spouse is quiet is because they are praying every moment and they are saying, Lord, can you shut my mouth before I say something I regret? So once you understand you all have your flaws, you start working together. What can this person change? What is the trigger? What is something that I would just need to accept that this person is this way, Like we've been married for we're going into our 9th year, right? There are some things we have just accepted. This is who I am. That is who you are, and we've learned to live with it. And to be honest, once I personally accepted it, I don't know about Brighton, it just gave me peace and I started enjoying myself more. Like, we just look at each other. Sometimes we tease each other, but you're like, this is my person. Like he was saying, I snore, like I've tried. And he was saying, I wanted to record you at night. And I was like, whatever, I don't know. You were just teasing me. But I know I do because my little sister has told me over the years. But those are things you laugh about, I can't change that. Like I'm sleeping, it's not like I do it intentionally. So some things we end up fighting about. You can't change it. So you just learn to accept your person the way they are. Okay, I can talk and talk and talk. So yes, you say something and then we finish the video.
Yeah, like what I said, this is interactive. I really would like to know what other people have to say, what other people think, what other people would like to get from this and learn and hear. And one thing like I can say, we've been talking in this video, it's that we're imperfect people, we're coming in, so it's really, you've got a different experience, you're coming into this new situation, this permanent situation for a new experience, and it's like growing pains throughout the relationship for as long as you will be both alive, because when what you knew in year 1 and who you were in year 1 is not the same as you are in year 2, in year 3, year 4, and even now we're going on 9 years and there are still things, because you learn something, then you get used to it, but because of who you are, you are growing older, you're learning more things, you're getting wiser, you're getting whatever the case may be, you're changing in so many different things. Exactly. And so those changes, and with the dynamic of your relationship changing and your experiences, when you were in year 1 you didn't have children, or now you've got 3 children and they're all these different ages, and you've never had
needs.
children of those ages, and experiencing that relationship not just with your spouse but with your children. So that dynamic, there's so many moving parts, and it's always a constant learning and growing. It's never like, oh no, I've arrived, I've worked out this marriage thing, because I can imagine by the time when our youngest is 18 or 21, whatever it is, and he's the new left the nest, and we're going to enter a new phase, and we're going to hit, before even that, the teen phase, then they leave and we're back to us two, and then you're like, oh, okay, for the last 24 years the kids were keeping us busy, so hey, maybe I really didn't know you, and we really need to get to know each other in a different way. And so yeah, it's always learning. That's one thing I'd like to say. It's just constant learning.
I think my husband just talks as much as I do. So anyway, guys, we will end here, and we hope you'll be part of the series that we're going to be doing. We'll also try and do short clips on my Instagram and my Facebook so that we also keep it interactive. But yeah, we're on this journey together. Let us share some of the difficult situations we go through, and let's laugh about it. Let's laugh about it, guys. English is the second language. Yes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye.
Cheers.